Welcome back to Just an Everyday Fan. As you know, the Fever lost to the Valkaries last night, 63-75. This game was difficult for me to watch all the way through because it started out with multiple clock discrepancies that they had to stop the game for multiple times. At one point, the Indiana Fever actually went back into their locker room. The Fever just could not get anything going. There was no rhythm to the game on the Fever's part. Now, the Valkaries came out hot. The Valkaries came out making three-pointers right and left. Anything they put up, they were getting in. And I think at one point, the Fever was down 20-something points. They were able to claw their way back into existence, but they just could not, at the end, they could not pull it off. Powers came in with the most points at 17. Mitchell had 14. Howard had 13. Hull had 8. Sims had 5. Boston had 4. Boston looked like the Boston of this year, right? We saw the one game, I think 2 games ago, where she looked like old Boston, where she looked like she was playing with Caitlin Clark. She was getting into the paint. She was doing what she did, and that was a phenomenal game. This game, she couldn't make anything happen. She had some assists, but she was only able to post 4 points. You're not going to win a game like that. Rupert had 21 points, Salon 10, Martin 10, and late, the Valkaries were accurate in their shooting for the most part. They did have some air balls. They were getting tired. They were on back-to-backs. Now, the percentages say it all. The Fever had a 33.3% field goal percentage for the game. The Valkaries had almost a 51% field goal percentage. You're going to win the game every time like that. 3-pointers, we only made 6 of the 30 that the Indiana Fever put up. The Valkaries made 12 of 19. Free throws, we made 15 of 18. The Valkaries 7 for 9. So the one thing I will say, Howard was able to draw the fouls and get to the free throw line, or the score would have been much worse. Now, we only have 4 games remaining for the Indiana Fever. The actual season ends on September 11th. Indiana Fever's last game is September 9th. And the schedule coming up for those 4 games is we play Mercury on Tuesday, we play Chicago next Friday, the Mystics on Sunday, and Minnesota on Tuesday. And then they are done. Now, if we can hold true, and we can get wins from Chicago and the Mystics, we have an opportunity to secure the 8th seed spot in the playoffs, which is not really the spot you want for longevity, because we will end up playing right out of the gate the number 1 team, Minnesota Lynx. The teams that have clutched the playoffs thus far, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Phoenix. The teams that are out of the playoffs are Washington, Connecticut, Chicago, and Dallas. Now, the crowds, they say, are sold out. And I think this was an early sellout, because everyone in the beginning of the season bought tickets because they thought they were going to get to see Caitlin Clark. I would like to see the WNBA and Stephanie White and team be honest. I don't think they've been honest with all of the injuries and listing day to day. I don't even check anymore, so I'm not even sure how Caitlin Clark is listed, because I just assume she's not playing, because you don't see her ramping up to get back in the game. The last I heard, a friend of mine told me that she shot a shoot around with the team. That's it. That's not making movements. That's not doing anything. She's still sitting on the sidelines. She's still going to the games and signing autographs. I think that's what's bringing people, certainly, because she is doing what she's doing for the fans. Now, I do have a question. So, as you know, a couple of games ago, 2 games ago, Caitlin Clark's t-shirt dropped. Her logo dropped from Nike. Everyone was wearing one except Caitlin Clark. What do you think that was about? Because she was wearing the exact opposite. Caitlin Clark was wearing a solid black t-shirt. Do y'all think that maybe that was her way of telling Nike she didn't appreciate what they did? I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below. As far as the standings, I believe the Los Angeles Sparks are 2.5, 3 games out. So hopefully we can hold, but I don't know. I just don't know. I can't say with certainty. Now, Fee Collier and Asia Wilson, I believe they are tied for the most points per game. And that is one of the benchmarks for the MVP. Now we know that Alyssa Thomas has hit 7 triple doubles and they are pushing for her. I believe that Kelsey Mitchell is also in the top 4 for that. Let me know who y'all think is going to get MVP and who you think is going to get Defensive Player of the Year. As always, thank you for watching and supporting this channel. Please hit subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you on the next one.